I wanna be a billionaire. I ain't getting no sleep till I see $1 million every week. I wanna be a billionaire. I ain't getting no sleep till I see $1 billion every week. I wanna be a billionaire. Billionaire, I wanna be a billionaire. Billionaire, I wanna be a billionaire. I ain't getting no sleep till I see $1 billion every week.
Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? Welcome to another episode of Sleep is for Billionaires, the podcast. I am your host, Johnny Vegas. Now today, ladies and gentlemen, you are in for a treat. I got a very, very, very special guest on my show today, so take notes. We got an actress, a content creator, and a movie reviewer. Ladies and gentlemen, BRANDI MARIE KIng. How you doing, love?
That was great. Thank you. I was going to give you a round of applause.
Oh, man, I get a round of applause for the intro.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. What's up, everybody?
How you doing today?
I'm good.
That's
I'm
what's up.
Lakered out, going to a game tonight.
Okay.
Game tonight, you know.
Okay, go LeBron. You know, that's my guy right there. Whoa. Don't make that face. All right? Because he is the best in the league.
For Kobe. That's why I'm here.
Well, I mean, yeah, but Kobe.
That is a whole other podcast. Time. I'm not going to get into it.
Yeah, save that for ESPN First Take.
Right.
That's what's up. But right, because we came to talk about you today. So, you know, again, like I was explaining to you before, this podcast is about getting insider information for those looking to be in your position. So you as a content creator and an influencer, you know, I kind of want you to share some game with those trying to do the same thing. Because you got people really like living off other people's couches trying to be an influencer or quitting their job and succeeding at it as well, you know, on the flip side of things. So, you know, I wanted to see what worked for you, you know, and the kind of the game you can share with my audience. So, but before we get started, let's start from the beginning. Where you from?
I'm from Sacramento, California.
Okay, so you Cali all day.
Raised, yes, and then I went to college in San Diego and then moved to LA. So I've never left California, but been all the way over here and all the way over here.
That's cool. Okay, but you traveled to different places.
Oh,
I'm sure, right?
Yeah. But living wise, I've never lived outside of California.
Okay, well that's cool. You know, I couldn't imagine growing up on the West Coast because I'm from the East Coast, so you know the vibe is completely different. And I could
not imagine living over there. Like the weather, the busyness. I don't know. I don't think I'm made for it.
But once you're in it, you adapt.
That's true.
And it does make you stronger for what's to come. Well, that's cool. Okay. Well, tell me, you know, what was your first dream prior to even wanting to do what you're doing now? I mean, tell me about that.
So when I was younger, I wanted to be a dancer. I have 2 cousins who are huge in the dance community, Jerry Slaughter, Monique Slaughter, and I just grew up seeing them on MTV at award shows, just doing everything. My cousin, he was in Britney Spears' Baby One More Time, and that's like an iconic video. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do that. So I took dance classes, like starting middle school-ish, and then it transitioned into cheerleading and dance team in high school. And my family was kind of like, nah, you're not moving to LA. You're not going to be a dancer. I was like, okay, fine. And then I realized no matter what, I still want to perform in some way. So I was like, actually, I really want to act. I got like addicted to award shows and like memorizing award speeches and like watching movies over and over, reciting the lines. And I was like, okay, I'm going to be an actress. And they're like, still, no, you're not going to LA. You're not doing that. So then I kind of like almost started lying to myself. I was like, I need to find a way to get in front of the camera, but make it more professional, more respectable. So I was like, I want to do the news. So I was like, all right, I'm going to be a news anchor. And I went to UC San Diego. I majored in media communications. I had an internship with NBC for their news station. And that's when everything went left. It was like, do you want to report this kidnapping, this car crash, like just all this depressing, all the negative sad stuff. And I was like, this is not okay. I thought I was going to walk in and get like hair and makeup and wardrobe. And they're like, no, you do everything your own. You got to take your camera. You're going to go shoot the content. I was like, oh, no.
Like, hold on. I just want to do the weather.
Yeah. So then I realized, what am I like actually interested in? And it's everything entertainment. Like, why do I know Beyonce's favorite color? Why do I know everything about like Will Smith or something? So I was like, maybe I'm meant to do like entertainment reporting because I'm already like interested in their lives and know a lot of current events and celebrities. So I finally made my way to LA, and that was my goal, to be an entertainment reporter.
So when you made this transition to LA, how did your parents feel about that?
Yeah. So It was a battle. Everybody was kind of like, I think they were more just nervous more than anything.
Okay.
A lot of my immediate family never left, like never went out to college or anything like that. So it was just like scary just to move in general.
And you're the youngest of the siblings and all that?
There's a huge age gap. I have like a 10-year older brother and like a 13-year-old younger sister.
Oh, got it. I got it.
Yeah.
But you're, okay, gotcha.
So it's a lot. I felt like an only child sometimes, and then it's like I have a built-in second dad, and then now a really little sister.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was like, are you sure? But then I think they kind of knew, like, it wasn't like I'm moving across the country. Like, if anything happened, I could just come back home. And I definitely just kind of like a lot of people's stories I hear just took a leap. Like, I had no job secured here. I barely had any money, like maybe enough for 1 month's rent, but it just worked out perfectly that I had a cousin that lived here and her roommate was kind of like up and leaving without much notice, and she needed to fill that other
gap,
room.
Yeah.
And so I was like, perfect, because I was on my way to like look at living with strangers and renting out a room and all this crazy stuff. And
that would have worked out bad probably.
I probably would have ran away from LA if I had to do it that way.
Oh,
but it
man.
worked out. So I lived with my cousin, and my very first job here was working on this TV show called Judge Faith.
Okay.
And I was the person that went to the courthouse and looked up the cases.
Okay.
To get that information to ask those people, like, hey, do you want to be on the show?
Oh, okay.
And talk, like,
so more like casting, kind of?
Not even really. Like, I never met anybody from the show. It was like such a like removed job. Like, it was just emails and like sending pictures of case files. It was really crazy. Like, I never met anybody from the show. It was just like this person on email.
Yeah.
At first I was like, I don't even know if this is real, but they paid me and I was at the courthouse. It happened. So that happened, and I kind of was getting over going to Inglewood to look at all these court cases and be in a courthouse where people are just walking around pissed.
Yeah.
And then
that's such a negative
Indian. But
wait. So you can't just blow past that.
I'm sorry.
Start that. Well, yeah. Let's start one by one.
What
was the
leading?
first one?
Cape Verdean.
Cape Verdean.
Yes.
Okay, where's that from?
It's on the coast of Africa. It's like a chain of islands. It's basically like a Black and Portuguese mix. I think the most famous Cape Verdean we know is like Amber Rose.
Oh, okay.
She's Cape Verdean. The lady who played Princess Tiana, her voice, I forgot her name.
I forgot.
Something Rose. Yeah. So we're sprinkled around, but nobody really knows who we are. Like, my brother is like lighter than you.
Uh-huh.
My dad's darker than me. Like, we're all different shades and colors. So you can't really point them out. But
yeah, a
lot of them are in the East Coast too. Like, I have family in Rhode Island, Boston.
Oh, okay. Oh, and you visited them before?
Yes, I have.
Okay. But you still don't like that area though?
No.
Nah, I see that no. Cali all day.
But yeah, my point was that my family is so big.
Mm-hmm.
When I moved out here, I found out about a cousin I never knew. His name's Antonio. And so my mom was like, oh, one of your cousins lives out there and he works in production. You should hit him up to see if he can help you with some type of job, experience, a note.
Build a resume,
something.
Network, something.
Yeah, because everybody was freaking out that I didn't really know anybody. I just had a couple of cousins out here. And so I met him here, like 25 years old, meeting a cousin for the first time.
Yeah.
And he actually worked for this production house called Pretty Bird.
Okay.
I don't know if you've heard of it,
Never.
but it houses really huge directors like Melina Matsoukas now, who's doing Queen and Slim, and Paul Hunter. He's like the godfather of music videos.
Mm-hmm.
And so he helped me get a job there as an in-house PA. So I'm like, I've made it. I'm working with like this top, production company. They did like all of Beyonce and Jay-Z's On the Run stuff, a lot of Super Bowl commercials. And I didn't know what a PA was until that day. And it was horrible.
A nightmare.
My first job on set was doing a commercial for CoverGirl with Katy Perry. But
your role was pretty much doing everything. Yeah.
I'll never forget pulling up to like the Universal Studios lot and getting my first assignment because I was a runner. I didn't know what that meant at the time either, but that's the person that just, you're in your car getting nonsense basically. And
the one that drives them from set to set, right? That's what the runner is?
No, a runner is a PA that, like, if they need you to go get an orange from CVS, like something random, you have to go get that and then come back. And it's like, oh, never mind, we need Q-tips. Like, go back out and get that. Oh, we need ink for the printer. Go back out. So it's like, and I was trying to be like,
a PA.
Yeah, I was like, but can you guys give me like a full list at once? Yeah. I'm really tired of parking and doing all this. But like, I think I made a comment like that and they were like, who do you think you are? It's like, I'm sorry, it just makes more sense. Like, I could wait around 10 more minutes to see if anybody. Katy Perry asked for this really special water all the way like in Hollywood, and there was a bunch of traffic. So yeah, that wasn't my favorite, but at the same time, I was just so excited to be on the lot, being able to work with all these people.
Well, you got to pay your dues, you know.
Yeah. So leading up to that, then the only actually other people I knew out here were the Wayans family, Craig Wayans and Greg Wayans and their friends, Fu and Howard, and they were kind of like getting me out of the house because I didn't know anybody, I didn't really trust anybody, and we would do running a lot, just like kind of work out and stuff, and they took me to Lamorne Morris's house for a Super Bowl party. This was maybe like 3 months after I lived here. And that was the day where everything kind of changed because I met everybody that I do know now, but I didn't know who they were then. So it was good. It was King Batch. It was Daystorm, Leanne. Like the whole crew was there that I now shot, and grew Vine with and everything.
Right.
And I met Wes there, was good. And he was like, after just exchanging info and finding each other on Instagram, he was like, do you want to shoot with us? And I was like, what does that mean? He was like, we do Vines, we do, short little videos. I didn't even own the Vine app. I didn't know what Vine was, but they were all popping on it. And it was like their job. And I had no idea what that meant. And so one day, because I was still a PA, like 9 to 6 every day, one day I had it off and I was like, yeah, I guess I'll come shoot these videos. Because I need to shoot content and meet people anyways. And we ended up shooting maybe like 3 or 4 videos that day. I literally made a Vine account that day. And I woke up to like 60,000 followers after everybody had tagged me in their different Vines. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. And I'm like, how do you guys make a job out of this? And they started explaining like the brand deals. And
so can you explain some of that? Because that's right there is what I wanted to get at. Like, that's the information that I feel.
I was going to tell you guys my whole life.
No. That's good. That's good. I want to hear your whole life, you know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't stop there. But at that part, everything you've learned, I wanted you to share with them. So tell me about how to make this influencing a job.
So back then, it was a totally different story. A bunch of people weren't walking around saying, I want to be an influencer, because the brand deal was fairly new. Brands still weren't trusting us. But now I feel like it's a lot easier and harder at the same time. It's a lot harder to grow because of the algorithms and just now so many sponsored posts like Instagram, Facebook. Everybody wants to take back the control. They don't like us being able to just get brand deals on our own because they're not getting a cut and like we're using their platform. So now it's about collaborating a lot to make sure your page is being seen to like a bunch of different audiences. Because like we were learning at the Facebook meeting, everybody's Explore page is different and just like tailored to you, but you really need to find a way to like cross over on different people's feeds. And definitely being on every platform, it's annoying, but like anytime I post a piece of content, I gotta put it on Twitter, I gotta put it on YouTube, I gotta put it on Facebook, I gotta put it on TikTok, put it everywhere. You took the time to make the content, so you might as well just put it out everywhere.
Distribute it.
And I think now a big thing is because it's getting really saturated, reach out to the brands that you want to work with. I feel like if you're at least at 10K, that is like the very beginning point of being an influencer. And it's a lot of people are looking for micro influencers now. Like they like the smaller audiences because they have somewhat of a deeper connection with their fans versus like Kim Kardashian, where it's like we know she's posting for money. She's not really worried about our flat tummies.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say for sure just collaborating, staying current with the topics. Like right now, all the TikTok challenges, I'm trying to get into that world. I'm learning that. But Instagram, just staying really active. Like you got to post at least every day, have your stories, and then reaching out in a professional way to brands, whether it's DM, asking for an email, or if they have their email listed. And yeah.
And basically, when you reach out to a brand, you basically say, listen, I have this many followers and I want to promote your brand and I'll do it for this amount. Is that how you do it?
I don't come out as that, like, straight to the point. I try to gauge, like, to see if they have any campaigns coming up, because I think it's better to have an idea in mind to pitch to them. But at the same time, you don't want to give them your full idea because people can take it and run and hire somebody else. So if it is in an Instagram message, like, they easily just click back to my profile. So I don't, like, list my stats. I just say, like, hey, I came across your page. Where, like, I just did that the other day for this clothing company. I saw Drea and Michelle post it, and I'm like, I really like your guys' style. I do this, this, and this. I maybe even send photos of, like, I work with this brand, and this is the, you know, quality of photos I give. I would love to know if you have any campaigns coming up that you think would be a good fit. And then usually I'll get back, like, yeah, please email so-and-so on our marketing team, or not at this time, check back later, or sometimes they don't really answer, but, like, I try to make it a point to email or contact at least, like, 20 brands a week.
That's good. Okay. And have you seen some success with
yeah, my first brand deal was, like, me reaching out to Ulta Beauty.
Okay.
Talking about these new face masks that came out. And this was literally maybe like 4 years ago, and they had never worked with an influencer before for this brand of face masks. And they were like, wait, they were kind of like, how does this work? Wait, so if we give you this money, what's gonna happen? Like, it was literally that, like, basic level where I was trying to front like I knew what I was doing, but it worked out because they didn't really know what to expect.
Right.
And yeah, I did a photo campaign for them, and they ended up coming back like 6 months later to do another campaign. So I think once you get your first brand deal, that's like you make a deck or like a 1-page about you, just like an acting resume or a job resume. You know, you kind of got to finesse it a little bit so you can get more credits. Yeah, and you just go from there.
Okay. Well, I like to hear that, man. Congratulations on all that success, because,
thank you.
You know, a lot of people haven't figured it out because, you know, they haven't got the game the way you explained it. You know, they kind of just throwing stuff on the wall and seeing if it sticks.
But there's so many different ways. That's the thing. Like, people that go viral overnight, it's like, I wish I could have did that. It took me this many years to build up, but you just never know. It's just taking the leap and putting your creativity out there. You never know who's going to see it.
Have you ever paid for, like, you know, for a push of your video or anything like that?
No, that makes me mad. I know a lot of people that do, and it's like, I guess if you have the money, fine, but I kind of feel like I shouldn't have to, like, because I already had my following before that was even an option.
Okay.
So I'm kind of like, I shouldn't have to pay you to put it out to people who should already be seeing me, but you're blocking them from seeing me. And
that's because of the whole algorithm thing?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's definitely the algorithm, which is like a huge topic right now, especially with the likes thing and how
they're going to take it off?
Yeah, and how they're not putting anything back in chronological order. It's like, we don't actually know what the end game is or what they're actually doing. But I do think that the algorithm constantly changing is what is, like, kind of just blocking everybody from being seen from their own followers.
Do you think them taking likes off will affect the social media community in a negative or positive way?
I think both. I think personally for me, it's super stressful. For instance, say I take a whole day to shoot this piece of content, like this really thought out scripted sketch, get editors, you know, camera ops, and then I put it out and it gets like 9,000 views versus like a video of me just dancing in the mirror being goofy getting 200,000 views. Like, that is the most irritating thing ever. So I think that having the numbers being hidden, it's like I'm not going to keep constantly checking and seeing what it is, and people won't be like, oh, well, why was that at this amount and this one's only at 500? Like, it'll just take away that stress and like comparison of myself, because now it's just like post and let it go.
Well, that I can understand. You know, as an influencer, you're like, well, why isn't this working? And this one, I'm just doing this, and this one, I work so harder, but it got less views than that. So I get that. But I think, you know, on the outside looking in, it does put everyone kind of at an equal level. You know, because if, for example, like if you see someone's photo that got, let's say, 100,000 likes versus someone who only got 10 likes, you know, they might feel less than, and it might be like a self-esteem issue. And I think they want to eliminate that factor to shed a brighter light on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? That whole aspect.
I do think that is part of it, but at the same time, I still think it's about money at the end of the day, taking away our appearance to brands, even though I think it'll be on the back end. So we're going to have to send it to brands to like prove our engagement. But I was talking about it with my friend Jessica last night, and she was like, I get it, and I feel sorry for the people that like it really affects them and their confidence, but I didn't work this hard and put in this much work to be at the same level, because we're not at the same level.
Right.
So I get that point too. I'm kind of like on the fence. Like, I see the pros and cons on both ends. It's just...
Well, that makes perfect sense. You know, if someone who worked that hard to build 1 million followers and they get those brand deals because of that, because Instagram is kind of like your resume now. You know, it'll really mess up the money. You know, and but again, Instagram is the platform, and they're not getting a cut. They got the right to do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, which is why everybody left Vine back in the day and switched to Instagram when they came out with the video. So I don't know, maybe everybody's gonna leave Instagram and do TikTok. I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, I just think if Instagram created a way to where they can get a piece of the brand deals, if they actually found brand deals for you, then that's something that they can do.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what might happen. Because if you think about it, if Instagram thinks like, oh, this is going to take all the brand deals away from the influencers, then who's going to produce the brand deals? Even if it's Instagram sponsored, they're going to have to come back to us and be like, can you produce this content for Coca-Cola? So now it's just like they get a cut too. Or either the company's going to be like, hey, we're creating this sponsored post and we want you to do this. I'm sure they're going to have to pay Instagram to make it a sponsored post and then have to pay us. So...
Hey, together we achieve more. So Instagram, you know, help us influencers with these brand deals. Go get them for us, and we'll give you a piece of that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so now, and this was in the beginning. So now, tell me, like, how are you branching out to do more than what you're doing now? Because you're a content creator, but I saw you got doing the actress thing. You got the movie reviewer thing going on. I mean, is there anything else I'm missing beyond that?
No, the end goal is acting, definitely. So after I was doing the Vine videos and all of that, I was like, and I decided I don't want to do entertainment reporting. I kind of skipped that when I moved to LA. I showed up at Access Hollywood like, hey, I want to be an intern, thinking like, oh, yeah. And it was like, no, we have 500 million interns.
Applicants.
And 100 million after that.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay. So I can't sit around and wait to work for free. I got to do something else. And still, I just found out that, like, I just want to act. I just want to entertain. I don't want to make it more than it needs to be by hiding behind, well, I'm reporting and, you know, doing something extra. And so, yeah, being online obviously is a great platform for people to see me that don't really know about me, or to see that I can be goofy or this, but there is
she can definitely be goofy. I saw the videos. If you haven't seen her channel.
Yeah, but then now there's kind of a stigma where it's like you're Instagram acting or you're influencer acting.
What the hell does that mean? First of all, if you're acting other than yourself, it's all acting.
Because when you're online and you're like, mainly I started and still just do comedy videos. So it's not dramatic. And so say they only see my Instagram video where I'm like spying on somebody in the bushes and like leaping after people, but I'm auditioning to be on Game of Thrones. It's like that. They're like, wait, but you're just this like really over the top, like kind of sketch comedian. So you have to, like, as far as an actress from my standpoint, I have to like show my variety, but then also in the casting, let them know like that's me on Instagram. It's not like I can't do other things.
Okay, so this is casting telling you this, not fans and
Oh
people
yeah,
with their
no,
own
casting.
opinion.
There's
Okay.
casting directors that love people with followers, and then there's ones that are like they look down on you as soon as they see you have followers, because it's like, oh, you're an influencer, and we want actors. But like, yeah.
I
But
see.
when my friend like King Batch, he's made a great transition
Right.
of being able to do both. But
Mhm.
how many more of him can you name? Like not really
many.
that many yet. So that's one of the struggles, but that's definitely the end goal. And then I go to so many screenings. I don't even know how I started going to like all
screenings?
these premieres and screenings. And so lately I'm
Well,
like,
how did you do that? You
I
say
don't
that?
know.
What you mean? Like,
I guess it starts with brand deals, like especially when movies come out, they
Mm.
want you to post a photo and just like get buzz around it, because trailers kind of just turn to online. Like now I don't really see them on TV because I don't watch
So
TV.
you be streaming now.
Yeah, it's just ads. So you kind of just treat movies and TV shows as like an online ad now. And so I believe I went to a couple that way as like a campaign, and then I've built really great relationships with a lot of the major studios like Paramount, Universal, Sony, Warner Brothers, and they kind of just always invite me out now. Just like I'm like a regular. And one week I went to like 3 movie premieres, and I was like, yo, I'm watching so many movies.
Yeah.
This is a little crazy. I need to do something with it, especially being able to see it a week or 2 ahead of time and get a jump on all these other movie reviewers. I already love movies. I was going to see them anyways, even if I didn't go to early screenings and all that. So I just recently started doing movie reviews to see what it's like, if I like it, what the response is and stuff like
What's
that.
the feedback you're getting from that?
The first one I did was Joker, so that was pretty intense.
Hated it. I hated that movie with a passion. First of all, let me tell you, that shit is slow as hell. Yo, no, don't leave. But look, I hated it. First of all, it was slow as hell, okay? I fell asleep the first time.
Something was wrong with you already that day. Who falls asleep with that kind of craziness going on?
Well, first of all, the craziness didn't happen until he shot Robert De Niro. After that shit was slow
What
as
if
hell.
somebody didn't watch it yet?
They seen that. It's online.
See,
it's
this is
bootleg
one of
right
the rules on my channel. I don't give away spoilers like that.
At the end of the day, it's been out for 2 months. If you haven't seen it by now, you're going to wait till it comes on the streaming platform and rent it there. So, anyway, the second time I went to go see it, because I fell asleep the first time, and I left the theater.
Okay.
I came back and gave it another shot, fell asleep again on the same part. So I'm like, all right, look. I came back the third time and waited till the movie got to that part where I fell asleep at and started watching it from there. That's how I found out Robert De Niro got shot. So then I was like, this shit is trash.
Okay, I think it depends on what your movie background is. So, like, are you a huge movie person?
Yes.
Are you a huge superhero movie person?
I'm a huge movie person, period. So I like all types of movies. To answer your question, since they made more movies about superheroes than villains, by default I would say yes. And also my favorite superhero is Batman. But I don't think that would deteriorate how I'm watching the film. I knew I was watching it because I knew I was gonna get Joker's story and upbringing, but it just seemed that he was just, I guess I felt it was slow because he was all sad and he was like this nerd and he's getting beat up and all this mental illness shit. I get that.
Sympathy.
No. I'm not saying no disrespect to the mental illness and all of that. We're talking about the film and a fictitious character. But yeah, it was just like, I don't know, I was just bored. But anyway, give me your opinion.
So I think, because I fell in love with superhero movies like because of The Dark Knight, because of Heath Ledger. So hearing that there was going to be a movie just about him, I was already like, no, don't touch his role. Like, he did it the best. Nobody's ever going to do it better again. But now that we're moving towards like superhero and villains being more like in line with real life. I think this was the first movie that like really showcased that, because to me it could have just been a random guy in New York and this was his life story, and it was very like possible. But the acting was just phenomenal. The way it was shot, I just liked it all around because it gave me so many emotions I didn't want. Like I left feeling like nauseous. Like it was so depressing and traumatizing, and like when it can move you like that, I'm like, that was a good film. Like, I don't know this guy, it's not real, but the way they just showcase like this is what could cause somebody to be that crazy, and like how it goes in line with real life and like healthcare and everything really going on. That's why I liked it, because it was just like a real take on this type of possibility. And then the fact that it might not even be real, like I love things that like mess with your mind and leave you thinking about it afterwards and still talking about it.
I agree with you on that, and I feel like we kind of have the same view of it. I just didn't for the reasons that you liked it is the reasons why I didn't like it.
And so that's why it depends. Like if you wanted a true like superhero villain movie with like, you know, the kind of Hollywood stuff, you would be mad at this movie because you didn't really get that.
I agree.
Yeah.
I was waiting for. I was watching it, trying to get the Joker story, as in him terrorizing the city, and that side. You know how when we watch Batman, we see it from Batman's point of view, never from the Joker. The Joker just popped up. So I was kind of waiting to see all that action through the Joker's point of view. You know, and I see with your point where it's almost like his upbringing, what made him crazy versus crazy, and then after that.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn, we just had a little movie. That was cool. She's good. She just made me a believer. The movie review, she got it. She got it down pat. What's the next movie you about to review?
I forgot the name, but the Michael B. Jamie Foxx movie.
Oh, Just Mercy.
Yes, I'm seeing that on Sunday. There's like, so here's the problem. Like I saw Queen and Slim like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
It doesn't come out for like, I think it's
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. So at the time, I'm like, this is a whole month ahead of time. I kind of want to see it again because it was, again, like a traumatizing, like heart-clenching movie. So I need to do that one, but this is probably going to be the next one.
You know what you should see, and I'm interested to get your opinion. How old are you, if you mind me asking?
Between 1 and 100.
Got it.
That's my man.
All good. But the reason why I asked is because you look young. And this movie's about Pearl Harbor, the war. So it's called, what's it called? Midway. It's called Midway. It has Woody Harrelson. He's in it. A few other, named actors. But it's about that war. And I just wanted to get your input on the whole, the cinematography, the storyline, how it was, the action in it. And just to see what you thought. I mean, you know a little about that type of history?
Yeah, that's the thing though. I don't want to get too deep in like cinematography and like all the dynamics, because like I didn't go to school for film or anything like that, and like I don't want to jump the gun on what I know and really break down a film. I kind of want to be that girl that goes to a lot of movies, is around a lot of people involved in movies, and like this is my take from like kind of an everyday person of like what I thought. Because when I'm doing research and like looking at other movie reviewers, they're like really going deep and dove back into the history of like the very first Joker comic and how he was supposed to do this, and this. And it's like, okay, yo, I'm not trying to go there. I just want to look at it as this movie, whether you know about it or not. And then war films, I don't really like war. It's too sad. I don't know if I'll see that.
I feel you should anyway, just to get up on your history. But the reason why I say it's cool to go that deep when it comes to certain film, especially based on true story film, because it's based off facts. So you want to make sure they got the facts to the T versus a fictional character where you kind of just judging it off a comic book where it came from somebody's mind anyway. So I get, the dynamic on where some deep thinking is required versus that's not really necessary. You know what I'm saying? So I just say take that into consideration when you view something that's based on a true story. Because that's the type of movies I enjoy the most, is based on true story. Like I like facts.
And I haven't done one based on a true story yet. Like I haven't done a movie review about one.
You got to. You got to, man. But you definitely got to know your history so you know
Yeah.
how you're talking about. What's your favorite movie?
Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
One of them, I can't do favorite anythings. It stresses me out too much. I'm very much I like this and this.
Okay. Top 2. Dumb and Dumber and what else?
See, and then that stresses me out too because then it's like only 2, so it's basically like only 1. I can't do it. It's a lot of comedies. Even though I like dramas, like I could watch comedies over and over and over again and never get tired of it.
So your favorite genre is comedy. That's
but
safe
not
to say?
really. Because like I love action thriller. I would say my number 1 genre for movies, like going to the movie theater, is horror.
Okay.
My birthday is October 28th, so I'm pretty much a Halloween baby. And
okay. Well, happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm August 12th.
Oh,
Yeah,
happy
Leo.
belated birthday.
Thank you.
But yeah, I think those are the most fun to see in the theater in the dark with like a big group of people who are all getting scared at the same time. I don't really like romance films. Like I'll watch them, but I'm more attracted like action spy, like Kingsman. Like I love that series. But like when you ask me my favorite movies, it's always comedies. So it's weird. It's always like old school comedies, like White Chicks or something.
Oh yeah. White Chicks was funny. Okay, so since you want to be an actress, is there any? If you can play anyone in a biopic, who would it be?
Beyonce.
Okay.
That would be a dream. I don't think.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't sing, so that's probably gonna affect it a little bit.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Yeah.
Aaliyah. Janet. There was a time I almost went in to audition for Janet in the Bobby Brown story. But that was just like a really small role. It wasn't about her. So.
You know who I could see just because how your face looks? Katy Perry.
What?
I think you could. I think because you got
you just heard my traumatizing story about working for her and getting water all across town, and you want me to go.
And that's why it makes sense, but I think you favor her a little bit.
I never heard that. Wow.
I guess it's because the eyes, and the skin complexion. But you favor her a little bit. And if you got the low haircut that she got, I think you can nail it. I think you will favor her a little bit. I don't know. I mean, I'm just thinking about the first person that you look like in my mind.
I get Kourtney Kardashian a lot.
Kourtney Kardashian,
like as far as
a
like
little,
celebrityness.
Okay, I could see that.
It.
I could see that a little bit. Okay, well that's what's up. Okay, well shit. So tell me, what's the 5-year goal with all this? I mean, what's the major plan?
I'm gonna be a regular on a TV show and in movies. That's all I got. I can't. Like in 5 years, if I'm not doing that, I'm gonna be very upset.
Okay. But I mean, like, what do you want to build with this? Besides the opportunities you capture. I mean, like, homeowner, family, kids, all that.
Oh yeah, all the real life stuff.
Yeah, let's talk outside of social media.
Yeah, I want a family. I want kids. I want to start like a clothing line. That's kind of been a recent dream. Yeah, just a lot of things. Out here, you can't just focus on one thing. You got to be working towards a lot of goals.
Right.
So,
no, I totally agree with you. Are you involved? You have a significant other?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, how's that going?
It's good. It's LA. It's going.
The reason why I ask is because, when I tell people I have a girlfriend or whatever, they be like, wow, in LA, like, it's like a stigma, like, dating in LA is impossible. And sometimes I think, like, dating may kind of hold you back from what you want to do, being that opportunities, dreams turn to reality out here, but at the same time, you got to please the other person you with, so the time factor, you kind of got to divide it, so how do you maintain that balance?
We're in the same industry, so it actually works out pretty good.
Okay.
Because we do a lot of things together that we're both interested in, we both need to work on as far as like shooting content or attending events. Like it's all like we both would have been there anyway, so it's not like we're pulling each other out of a certain
zone.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's good. Congratulations. I'm balancing that out as well, because with me, my girl's not in my field. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
She's in the medical field, so it's like, you know,
Yeah, that I feel like I don't even know what that would be like. That would be
it's a
tough.
it's a challenge, you know, because it's like she may not understand certain things I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? Or like if I'm out late networking or whatever, but she does the 9 to 5 things, like she just doesn't get it. But at the same time, you know, I definitely give her the attention that she needs and wants when I'm around. And when I'm not around, I just got to do what I got to do. But I try to incorporate her as much as I can. Like, I'll take her to the movie premieres. I'll introduce her around to the people I'm not working with. Like, she'll sit with me while I'm editing this video I'm going to edit, and I'll ask her for her opinion. You know, I try to involve her in any way, shape, or form that I can. So, you know, I just keep it like that. That works for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I was just going to say, like, it actually might even be better because then it makes things a little more exciting, like, because then you get to tell her something about your day, or like, this is what's going on, versus like we both already know or we're already there, so it's kind of just like work and play at the same time. Kind of gets a little mixed up. It's like sometimes I just want to work, or like sometimes I just want a day off and I just want to chill. But because we're in the same industry, it's like we always got to be creating content and doing stuff, so it gets a little exhausting.
I feel that, yeah. I mean, well, so with that being said, what do you plan to do to unwind and relax and just chill and get away from all this?
I watch a lot of, like, I like to catch up on shows. Like, if I'm not doing anything and I'm gonna be home, just like binge watch all my shows, like Power or How to Get Away with Murder, take dance classes, go home, visit my family, things like that.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Who shot Ghost?
So that's a thing. I don't know. Okay, so I watched Power Confidential, the episode after, and the writer said it's nobody outside of these people that we're kind of framing. But then a lot of people I'm talking to are like, of course she's going to lie because they want people to talk about it. So I was thinking Tariq or Ramona. But Ramona's not even, you know, a suspect. Tariq, I feel like, is almost too easy, because we all know their beef, and it's like that would be quick because he was the last one kind of leaving the club. I don't know. There's so many different theories going on. It's like, it's just stressing me out, and this isn't even real life. Like, and I gotta wait till January, and I'm just like, I gotta know.
I gotta know.
I've heard like, oh, it's Tasha's dude that she was kind of talking to at the daycare. Ghost set it up himself so he could like kind of run away and dip. That phone call. What's his name in jail?
Oh, the dude that was working with Tommy.
Yeah, they were saying that him calling him was like him setting up a random person to shoot him so that he could be like, oh, poor poor me. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What's his real name?
Omari?
No.
Oh, James St. Patrick.
Yeah. Poor James. He's this running politician. He just got shot. And then like so that the agents could get off his back and be like, see, oh, somebody's trying to get him to shut up because he knows information. He didn't do all this. And then the craziest one is that Kanan's still alive and he did it. And his ghost scene wasn't really a ghost.
I think it was because he disappeared immediately after that, and he kept walking in the building. So I think he was definitely a ghost. And it was showing ghosts, not ghost the person, but ghosts like the people or spirits.
Yeah, but they're saying he's like kind of not all there, and he could be going crazy because he's having full-on conversations with Angela, and we know she's a ghost. So maybe him seeing Kanan or whoever. And after that, his daughter. So, like, seeing Kanan, it could have been, like, he just thinks it's a ghost. Because he's seen 3 other ghosts today. Yeah. But it wasn't really him. I don't know.
Nah, in Power Confidential, the writer did say that she got that storyline from the 1800s where she took that from, I forgot the guy's name, but basically, it was the same scenario. He got to a certain level of power where he was going to leave away, and he was kind of getting cocky with everybody, and the person closest to him is the one that gutted him down. And in that story, I believe it was the son.
Okay.
You know, but me personally, I think Tasha did it. I think it would be cool if Tasha did it. You know?
I was looking at it again, like her walk away it was almost like a mother's worry. Like, I can't believe this just happened. It didn't feel like I just shot Ghost. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll find out January 9th. But like I said, I want to thank you for coming on the show today. You know, this has been great. And a word of advice, I think you should also do like series reviews, like how we just talked about Power and got into that whole dialect. Cause that whole you could be doing Who Shot Ghost from here all the way until January.
I know.
Like, you could talk about that every day. Like, what do you think? What do you think? Tell me what you think if Tasha did. What would you think if this guy did it? And just start conversations.
Power stars, hit me up.
You know what I'm saying? Brand deal, you know, I'm a broker that. You know what I'm saying? I just put that, I need 10%. But let the people know. Well, is there any advice further you can give my audience before you get out of here today?
I want to say something that nobody said. I feel like a lot of people say the same thing. And I'm always trying to think of like, all right, what don't people really say that they need to know?
Well, I mean, you know, we all know the whole, you know, don't give up.
Yeah.
Don't ever take no for an answer. You know, so just go deeper into, you know, how to be successful in this game. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you find out who's whose, and you know where these events are located, and how to conduct yourself while you're there, and you know how to present yourself, you know, with your attire, you know what I'm saying, so people can take you serious when you walk in a room, how to work a room, you know, shit like that.
Yeah, I think one of the hardest things for me to adjust to out here was networking. I'm very like shy and kind of reserved, and like don't really want to make the first move to introduce myself, and like it's dumb because I need to. But that's definitely, like, you have to network. If you're in a room, I kind of, like, don't really go after the biggest person or a celebrity. So don't go to a screening and be like, I want to meet Will Smith. Because chances are everybody else and their mom at home wants to meet him too. So maybe, like, try to find his assistant or his publicist or people that aren't really getting that attention that you could get your way in to have those opportunities to maybe like pitch something to Will or something like that. So I've kind of been trying to work on that, just like, and it's already easier. Like I feel more confident. It's not as making me nervous. Like, oh, what am I going to say to Will Smith? It's just like, be cool. Find out. There's so many people doing so many different things and it doesn't match their appearance. So like, I feel like out here, a lot of people like judge you by what you're wearing or what you're driving, but you could be talking to the CEO of Instagram and you don't even really know it.
Right.
So always be mindful of how you act and carry yourself like at events, because you never know whose son or, you know, husband or something you might be like talking mess about the movie. And it's like, you just told the writer's daughter you hated it. And yeah.
All right, well, with that being said, I take back everything I said about Joker. Please don't blacklist me from this industry. I'm trying to make it. I'm messing with you. Man, well, let the people know where they could follow you and keep up with your content and subscribe and stuff.
Everything is Love Brandi Marie. LoveBrandiMarie. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and now TikTok.
There it is, man. Get on that TikTok. That's that new wave right there. But, you know, I want to thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And, you know, I want to tell you this. You don't know me from a hole in the wall. We met like once or twice, you know, but you definitely contribute to my dream today. And I truly appreciate you for that. And I wish you nothing but success. And if I can help you in any way, shape, or form to get to the next level, definitely let me know. And, yeah. And, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Sleep is for Billionaires, the podcast. I am your host, Johnny Vegas, Miss Brandi Marie King. Stay tuned for her content. Stay tuned for my content. Make sure you get your Sleep is for Billionaires shirts, album, book, and all the merch attached. And stay tuned for more episodes to come. Thank you for watching. And we out.